Choose Your Own Adventure for Fakecations is about photoshopping or using PhotoPea to fake yourself or other people into a vacation image. So with this one, there's actually a website. If you check out fakeavacation.com, people are actually paying money to have somebody Photoshop them into places that they haven't been. So for example, here are some templates, anywhere from $20 to $50 that people are paying for this particular service. And a lot of Instagrammers and YouTube influencers have done this. So if you actually look at some of these articles and stuff, it's crazy how we've got somebody who's got 500,000 likes and he was never actually in that particular location. So this isn't something that's just a matter of faking it because we're under quarantine, but this is actually something people do even outside of that. So here are some examples. So you can set something up where just sitting on a couch and then finding a photo online of a luxury jet, and now all of a sudden you are on a private jet. Or family members outside, and then you Photoshop them into the Great Wall of China. So the idea is you're going to find a background image and then take a photo of yourself or somebody else that you have access to and Photoshop them into that particular image. Another example. Another one. Here's another. So you can see a series of ways of doing that. So the way to make these actually work well is I would recommend finding a vacation background picture first, and then make sure that there's enough room in that particular photo to be able to Photoshop somebody into it. Then you can pose yourself or somebody else so that it'll actually fit with that photo. Pay attention to some of the lighting. So if there's a lot of light from one side or the other, you want to try to get that same kind of lighting if at all possible. Sometimes you can use, like I mentioned before in other videos, using your window light can help, or bathroom light sometimes will help, or even if you have a lamp, you might be able to do something with that, or your cell phone, you might be able to turn the flashlight on to try to match up the lighting with the background. And then you're going to use the selection tool to kind of cut yourself out or mask yourself out of that particular photo. So here's other examples. You could try using images. Just look for large versions of the images, and then you can fit yourself or somebody else into that particular image. And here's more examples about the lighting. And I have this presentation saved on the Canvas site, so you can go through this with a little bit more detail. I added a lot of text and stuff in on this one just to explain stuff so that when you have time, you can go back to that particular area and look at it. Now see with the lighting and stuff, that definitely does not match with where the rest of it is. See how bright the light is running on his face right here, on his arm in these shadows, and here there's no light or shadows at all. So you really want to be careful with the background image. So that's why I say start with finding the background image first. I also have included on this particular slide, so you'll look at the presentation, a link to a YouTube video on how to utilize the selection tools a little bit better, and how to do another video that's linked here about doing adjustment layers so you can kind of get some of the colors to work right. This will work both with PhotoPea and with Photoshop. So definitely take a look at the PowerPoint presentation that I put together. That will definitely help you out. And then when you're done, you're going to turn that finished JPEG into the appropriate assignment section for the submission for whichever week you choose to do it. I've given you instructions here on how to do the Photoshop to save it as a JPEG or PhotoPea to save it as a JPEG. Can't wait to see where you end up putting yourself or your family members in the Fake Vacation Choose Your Own Adventure assignment.